It was created with a mission: absolute protection from the air for a territory. It's the size of an entire planet. For this weapon, almost no goal is impossible to destroy, even if it's the fastest airplane in the world, new generation cruise missiles, and artificial satellites. Yes, we're talking about fighter Interceptor might be a fad. It's the most powerful air-to-air combat aircraft in the world. It's the aerospace masterpiece of a superpower that once existed. Developed based on the Fox-Bat microphone to 5, bare-knuckle fighter has been considered one of history's greatest concerns. The United States and allied nations, until the year 1976, when Lieutenant Viktor Ivanovich Belenko, to make a historic escape, bring this type of aircraft as an extremely expensive gift to the United States and its allies. But actually, the process of testing and design changes did not go smoothly. After a series of experiments and design changes, injector this supersonic has just started to go into production based on the design of the previous MiG-31. Last year, a 9821, the MiG-BA is NATO's first Hawk. It officially became an airplane. The first fifth-generation fighter joined the Soviet Air Force. What's interesting is, MiG-BA has been shipped to some Air Force units. They are on a mission on the territory. Republics of the Soviet Union. Existence, as well as the technical parameters, weapons still used by the Soviet military. Not only from Western countries. Even the Soviet army itself, even until the connection, the state officially ended its historic role. The details of the fighter remain a mystery for Western defense officials. It's a model of a Soviet strategic interceptor. The fashionable MiG-BA impresses with a very crappy appearance. With a length up to 1.62 meters in a maximum takeoff capacity of more than 10 trillion than 30 mk to series rubber in the most powerful heavy in the Vietnam Air Force. And it's about 46.5 t of the BMT armored fighting armor. Destroyer of 6 Russian troops. MiG-BA Falcon House have heavy weight that far outstrip most other heavy fighters. It's because of this hound. There's a body and many other parts. It's surrounded by a solid armor of steel and titanium. The metal has a melting point of 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. With corrosion resist unslightly soluble in acid. Thanks to complex materials and processes. More than the MiG-2. 5 predecessors that the fashionable can comfortably fly at extremely high speeds without damaging the airframe, as was the case with the MiG-25. Not only that, the ceiling reaches 20,600 meters. That's far ahead of most fighters. 4th generation plus and current 5th generation is also believed to contribute optimally to the ability, combat, especially in interdiction missions, or preemptively attack enemy squadrons. It's based on the MiG-25. But this type of airplane, there are also significant changes to be better suited to air combat missions of all levels. Instead of just threatening, show, or carry out an attack in a fast, shortened fashion. Most notable on the design of the fashionable its 2 afterburning jet engines. Solo VFD-30F6 has a thrust of up to 152 kilos with the afterburners capable of generating enormous thrust. MiG-BA mode to move at maximum match speed. 2.8 BA exceed the match speed to .5 on the Subia 5 line. And most of the fighters that are popular today. However, the MiG-BA fad is recommended not to fly at this speed because it can damage the engines. The big BA can take advantage of the high ceiling to be able to actively capture the target situation from exact location to quantity, the size of their speed. By passive electronic scanning phased array radar, S800 has a maximum range of up to 200 kilometers. Ability to track 10 targets at the same time. At the same time, quick attacks on up to 4 targets in a row. To increase the operational efficiency of the entire fleet, they also have the ability to communicate with each other via data transmission. Pilots in the back. Thanks to the fashionable BMX, it can find and destroy aerial targets on its own without a command tower from the ground. Despite the situation of years of when the country has begun to face economic difficulties, the bucket still does not forget to integrate into the fashionable BMX and tracking system placed right in the department. It can protrude under the nose of the plane, increase the ability to detect and track targets. This fighter also has a range of up to 3,000 kilometers. That's roughly the same distance from Moscow to Ireland. When equipped with 2 auxiliary fuel tanks, without refueling on, not too much to remove. Injection. This interceptor can perform air combat missions for a long time without having to worry about the dry matter during the fight. Indeed, MiG-BA fad was made almost 55 years ago. With a series of remarkable abilities, it's no exaggeration to say that this is still a interceptor in the world, enough to intimidate the entire fleet, even if there are planes like that. Thursday's J-20, T-50 pack for FBA-5 Lightning, as long as they're not destroyed before takeoff. However, that still means that the FADBA MiG is the perfect assault to this day. In recent times, in the context of the national economy is still difficult. The military engineers. Russia also created a series of new versions of MiG by replacing some old equipment with the most modern technologies integrated currently to enhance the combat capabilities of the fighter. From the Soviet this era, up a new ladder. At the same time, it allows them to perform complex tasks, more diverse than the FAD-MiG version from the Soviet era. In notable variations that can be mentioned as MiG-BA version K. Small improvement to be able to carry out offensive missions to the sea with Kinzo missiles, supersonic missile with a maximum speed of 10 and can carry nuclear warheads. Own might be a fashion was selected as a Kinzo missile carrier. It's bi-type. This missile needs to be launched from a high-altitude aircraft. It's moving at a fast pace. There is no type of what aircraft is in the Russian Air Force more appropriate. Fashionable be a MiG line with supersonic can reach speed. The stratosphere. Next to MiG-BA fashion K. Russia is also believed to have some. MiG-BA BM is the latest version. It's completely replaced the electronics, especially the installation of a new radar. Barrier M increases the ability to search up to 20 at a distance of 320 kilometers. It can destroy 6 targets at a maximum distance of 280 kilometers. BA-7 air-to-air missile. Max speed 6. There's also a version of the universe with extremely unique features called MiG-BA Ishim fashion. This is the MiG-BA version to change some of the structures in the central design to be able to put it into different orbits. A large number of small satellites. Weight of MiG-BA Ishim fashion and missile carrier. Up to 50 trillion VI range, flying to 600 kilometers. Altitude launch altitude is 1510 8 kilometers. Speed at launch point 21 billion 200 to million 230 kilometers per hour. But actually, plan to give power might be a fad to the point of surpassing the stratosphere. Soviet Union in the Cold War years. The Soviet Union planned to develop anti-satellite ejection missiles from MiG-BA mode. Development program. -1 satellite missile approved in the year 1984. System components include ground optical radio station complex for 5ZH6, called Interceptor 79M6. And the D-mode BA MiG is used as the launch network media. However, this project was suspended when the consortium disintegrated.